Make sure to subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and also follow us on Instagram so you always have the support that you need to really enhance your account and get yourself to the next level. Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So now the event has started, the one that I released this sneak peek about. Turns out that the actual way this event works is a little different than what we're generally used to. There are a bunch of these socks and they are divided into advanced, standard, and basic, and each of those actually has a probability of getting one of the big prizes. Obviously advanced has the highest probabilities, but standard and basic also has the probabilities of getting the good prizes. And the difference isn't as huge as you would imagine, right? The advanced one has a 0.16%, while the most basic one has a 0.08, so just double the chance. The thing, of course, is that the guaranteed prizes are only for the advanced draws, right? So you do need to have a certain number of advanced draws for you to get one of those guaranteed prizes. Now you can see that I already made a few purchases. I bought the $100 pack with that 30% off voucher, and I did get through to this level. So what I'm going to show you is that I'm going to purchase one of these packs and I'll show you how it actually works. So what I always do is I try to get the return on investment, right? So $5 is getting me 8, but $10 is getting me 18, which means it's a better return on investment. So let's buy a bunch of these $10 packs and then I can show you how this event works in case you haven't already done it. So we have these socks, right? I've already gone through the rarer ones, so now we're just gonna unlock them all because we need to go and do the free refresh. Now what the refresh does is that it switches out all of the current socks to brand new socks, and hence you probably have already gone through the advanced and perhaps even the standard ones while you're doing the refresh if you're using that item to refresh. So that gives you a higher probability of getting better prizes. If you don't have those paid refreshes, then well, you can just go through all of them. So that's about 10 stars for you to go through all of them, and then you can do the free refresh, right? So advanced is the red sock. It has the highest probability of getting good prizes. It's also the one that we need to go through to get the weighing in the artifact guaranteed. The others have just a probability of getting them, but that probability is very low. Okay, if we go down here, you can see that you can finally see the details of the artifact, the ones that I didn't talk about in the previous video. And well, what goes on is that for the first 20 seconds after the battle starts, targets within the range have a 30% chance to gain a stack of Frostbite every 0.5 seconds, right? So first 20 seconds every 0.5 seconds. So at the maximum, we're talking 40 stacks, assuming it hits every time, but it doesn't. It's a 30% chance of doing so. If we think about it from the probability perspective, it's quite likely you're going to stack about 12 of these frostbites in the first 20 seconds. And for each stack, it reduces the enemy's damage res by 1%. So if you get through all 12 of them, you're looking at a 12% reduction in the enemy's damage resistance until the battle ends. And this can stack up to 20 times at maximum. So if you get lucky and you end up doing more than 12 of those stacks, well, you can reduce the damage res by 20%. And then the next part actually synergizes with the other mount and the back accessory. Every 10% of the target's movement speed lowered increases their chance of frostbite by 1.5%. And it is calculated independently for each target. So this is quite interesting. So let's say you have the mount that reduces it by 25%, and then you have the PAL that reduces it by 40%. So divide that by 10, that's 6.5. But we're just going to say 6 because I don't think half counts. So 6 multiplied by 1.5 is 9. So you're increasing the chance of getting frostbite by 9%, right? So instead of 30%, it's now 39. This increases your frostbites within the first 20 seconds to an average of a little over 15, which of course is great. That's 15% reduction in damage res. Okay, the next part. Every 3 stacks of frostbite reduces target's basic attack damage res, combo damage res, counter damage res, skill damage res, and PAL damage res by an extra 2%. So if you have 15, the enemy gets an additional 10% reduction in their basic attack damage res, combo damage res, counter damage res, skill damage res, and spell damage res, in addition to the damage res that we talked about earlier. So far, pretty cool, right? You are talking about making the enemy significantly weaker because they have much less resistance to damage. And there came that synergy with the reduction in their movement speed, allowing you to make them even weaker. Then 20 seconds after the battle starts, right? So up until 20 seconds, you were stacking that Frostbite. Now you deal 80% of current basic attack area effect damage, which can be crit, 80% of the current combo damage, which can be crit, 80% of the current counter damage, all of this is area effect, can be crit as well, and 400% of your skill damage every second for the next 10 seconds. And it directly defeats targets with health below 4%. The execution damage increases by 1% every 5 stacks of Frostbite on targets. If you have 15, you can execute targets that are 7% health and below. Okay, so pretty cool. I'd say that this is leaning towards area effect damage, targeting multiple units, and while movement speed debuff mentioned there already suggested it to me initially that, there is that focus on movement speed. And then here I can see a little bit more focus on, targeting multiple units that are primarily PvE. So what I felt last time, I seem to be feeling it again, right? This does seem to be a little bit focused towards, let's say, the cloud trials. And I can definitely see it getting us really far in the cloud trials where you have multiple enemies coming towards you. They get the frostbites, they're easier to kill, their movement speed is reduced because of the other pals and mounts that you have, and you end up doing a lot of damage to them, right? And the fact is that a lot of the damage that this is doing is area effect as well, which impacts multiple units, again suggesting a PvE focus. Now, we also saw the Cryoshield Flame Scarlet in that sneak peek, but we didn't know what it does. And if you check here, if you click switch form, it does show you the Cryoshield Flame Scarlet, and it looks cooler, I guess. It's a little bit flame related versus the blue one. And the only thing that I can see different is the fact that it gives global attack of 5%. I don't see a change in the additional equipped skill, so I guess it suggests that this is a way of purchasing a cool skin for your artifact and also get 5% global attack. And since I still have you here, I do want you to know that starting January, you can get between 10 to 35% bonus on in-game purchases. The promo codes are not active right now, but starting January, they will be, so you can start gaining a bunch of amazing bonuses. The steps are quite simple. All you need to do is follow the video that I'm linking to this video, and you can also click that button that's going to appear at the top right of your screen to go to that video. The latest promo code is going to be in the name of that video, so you will know which promo code to use to get these amazing bonuses. And as the promo code changes, I'll update the title of that video. A lot of other people are taking advantage of this. Feel free to check it out. If you have any questions, you can join our Discord and I can guide you through the process as well. That's all I wanted to cover in this video. Just an update from the previous one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.